Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, Transportation of Materials in Plants and Animals. To stay alive, all living organisms need to transport materials like food, water and oxygen to various parts of the body. Food and oxygen are transported to all the cells in the body for respiration and growth. Waste products are transported from the cells to the organs that excrete them. So, there are various methods by which materials are transported in plants and animals. So, firstly, we will study about the transportation of materials in plants. Most plants have a well-developed transport system that is known as the vascular system. It is composed of specialized tissue known as vascular tissues. There are two types of vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. The cells of xylem are joined end to end, forming long tubes which extend from the tip of the roots to the tip of the leaves. And xylem transports water and minerals upward from the roots. Phloem cells also form long tubes for transportation of food like glucose from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. Water and mineral salt dissolved in water enter the plant through the thin root hair present in the roots. Root hair are outward from the layer of outer cell of the root. The root hair increases the surface area of the root for the absorption of water and mineral salts. Water and dissolved minerals are absorbed by the roots from the soil by a process known as osmosis. And water is absorbed by the roots from the soil with the same process. The root hair are in close contact with the water in the soil. The concentration of water molecules is greater outside the root hair than inside. So, water moves into the root hair by osmosis. It is then passes through the root tissues to the xylem in the root. Here we can perform, to understand the osmosis, we can perform an activity. You have to take a potato and peel it, slice off one of its end and make that end flat. Make a deep cavity in the other end. Fill half of the cavity with sugar solution. Mark the level of the sugar solution in the potato and keep the potato in the dish containing some water. The water level in the container or dish should be lower than the level of the sugar solution in the potato. We have to leave this setup for a few hours. After some hours, you will observe that the level of the sugar solution in the potato cavity is gone up, and this is due to the osmosis. The xylem, the root cells absorbs water and mineral salt continuously from the soil. This produces a force that pushes the water upward. The evaporation of water from the leaf surface is known as transpiration. The transportation of water and dissolved mineral salts from the root to the stem, leaves, flowers, and other parts of the plant takes place through the xylem. This upward movement of the sap that contains water and mineral is known as the ascent of sap. Xylem conducts water in plants. We can show this by doing a small activity. You have to take a soft twig of a flowering plant and put it in a beaker or any container that contain water. Now add a few drops of red ink to the water. Leave the twig in the ink water for half an hour. Now you can cut a thin slice of the stem of the twig. Keep this section of the stem on a glass slide. Put a few drops of water on the slide and you can observe that the section under microscope also. You will observe that the xylem gets stained as water is transported up through xylem, and you can see the red water in the stem also. The food prepared by the leaves is transported to all parts of the plant in the form of a solution through a process that is known as translocation. Translocation takes place through the phloem tissue, while water can move through the xylem only in the upward direction. Food can move through the phloem in the upward as well as in the downward direction. Transpiration. Large quantities of water are absorbed by a plant for photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? The process in which the food the food is prepared by the leaves with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and minerals. All this water is not used by the plant. In photosynthesis, the excess water escape in the form of water vapors mainly through the stomata present in the leaves. So here what is stomata? The tiny pores present on the leaves. The process of losing water in the form of water vapor from a plant, it is known as the transpiration. Transpiration of water from leaves create a suction pull which pulls water up in the plant from the roots. It is strong enough to force water up in high trees. And this mechanism is similar to the pull created by you when you suck a drink through a straw. As water is given out by transpiration, more water is absorbed. So, transpiration also cools the plant. To understand what is transpiration, we can perform an activity like take a small potted plant and cover the soil of the pot with the polythene bag. Now, cover the whole plant with the bell jar. Keep this set up under the sun for few hours. You will observe small droplets of water on the inner walls of the jar. What caused the water droplets to collect on the inner surface of the bell jar? Since the soil has been covered completely, the water comes from the leaves. Okay, so this causes the water droplet inside the jar, and this shows that the transpiration is done by the leaves. And to understand the transpiration and leaves, we can perform another activity. Take a potted plant, water it, and cover a branch of the plant with the polythene bag. You can mark it as A also or with another number. Remove the leaves of another branch and cover that leafless branch with another polythene bag. You can mark this leafless branch as B and another number 2. Keep the potted plant in sunlight for few hours. What will you observe? You will observe water droplets on the inner surface of the polythene on bag A, not on the bag B, because there are leaves in bag A and there are no leaves inside the bag B. So transpiration is not occur in the polythene B. So this shows that transpiration occur by the leaves. Most of the transpiration takes place through leaves. Thank you.